Hello. Can you hear me okay? Yeah? Excellent. Tonight I'm going to share with you a topic that's very close to my heart. It's about transforming triggers. So a trigger is basically anything that is in the external world that gives rise to some sort of emotional response within you. Show of hands, who here has ever been triggered before? I should see every hand in this room go up. And raise your hand again if you consider yourself an advocate for animals. And who amongst you has ever loved someone who didn't identify as an advocate for animals? Let's see. These slides are working. So we often find ourselves in situations that challenge us. Tonight I want to share with you a story. In a moment, I'm going to show you an image that may be triggering for some of you. And I'm going to invite you to just be with it and breathe into it. Observe how you feel when you look at this dining room table, this dining set. Notice your body. You may notice a quickening of the heart, a tightening of the stomach, something else entirely. Just observe and breathe into it. This is the dining set of the partner I fell in love with a year and a half ago. And within 2 days of me living there, I had him roll it up and put it away because I could not handle looking at it. It was far too confronting for me. And I couldn't understand what he saw in it. When I spoke to him, it was clear to me, for him it was an object of great beauty, something that was the asymmetrical and different and added some flair to the room. And for me, when I saw that cowskin mat, I could only see my brother laying on the floor. And obviously we had very different meanings about it. Now, my partner and I were in a couples counselling session about 2 months ago, and he's sharing with our counsellor, I have made so many changes in this relationship. I've changed everything to be with her. And she hasn't changed at all. She's changed nothing. And mind you, when I met him, he was existing on a steak and chips kind of diet and drinking about 80 bourbons a week, gambling a lot, and now is about 90% whole foods, plant-based, organic, and lost 30 kilos, doesn't drink, almost sober for like a year, a lot of changes. So yes, he has changed quite a bit. And so I asked him, darling, what is it that you would like me to change so that you can feel like I am also compromising and meeting you in this relating? And he says, I want my cowskin mat back. It's already dead. We're not killing anything new. It's sitting in the closet. I want my cowskin mat back. And my partner, bless him, is brilliant at reminding me of the things that I teach. Right? As Dominic mentioned, I'm a brain trainer. And so one of the things that I teach is how we can understand our emotions. You see, you can't really experience emotion, you can't have a feeling about something unless there's some meaning making that's gone on. You've made up a meaning about it. And so this is a really, really important point I want you to get. So I'm going to get you to say this with me. Data plus meaning equals feeling. Data plus meaning equals feeling. Again, data plus meaning equals feeling. So the data is consistent, right? There's this cowskin mat. Can't change the data. That's the data. Cowskin mat. The feeling that he had when he saw it was one of enjoyment and delight, and mine was one of dismay and devastation. So obviously we had very different meanings that we had made. When we're feeling triggered, when we're emotional, when we are experiencing emotion, we're operating from our limbic centers, our hindbrain basically, where we're in fight or flight pretty much. We're not able to access the critical thinking and creativity that's happening in the neocortex. We can't make a compelling argument for someone. And because of the way that we humans connect with each other, when we're feeling triggered about something, we are emotional, we're not effective advocates. So one of the things that I love to do is to speak to other animal advocates about how to be in the state that serves us best. When we're out there being a voice for the voiceless. And for us to be in a state that's joyful and grateful is far more effective than one that's depressed or dismayed, discouraged. And we can't be effective tools and advocates for our brothers and sisters with fur and feathers unless we are able to first manage ourselves, to manage our emotions, to transform our triggers. So I had to ask myself, okay, what is a meaning that I can make up that will empower me and enable me? When I see this mat, I feel this deep sense of knowing in my being that I have a visual anchor every day that reminds me of the work that I'm put on this planet to do. That I am here to be a beacon of unconditional love. To share that message and to remind people that our brothers and sisters with fur and feathers, they don't belong beneath us. They are part of the same family. And so my brother sits under the table with us now. And it's a much more enabling and empowering story. Because at the end of the day, the stories that we tell make a huge difference about the experiences we have in our lives. So my question to you today, what is your cowskin mat? What is that thing in your life that you find immensely triggering? Where there's a meaning, a story that you've made up. And how can you transform that trigger and that story to be something else that empowers and enables you, rather than something that disables and distresses? If you would like any support or anything along the way, feel welcome to email me. My email address is at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll be out there and happy to chat with you about how you can allow yourself to create a different experience